I'm here with Al Mickeloff of the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum, who's helped bring one of the undoubted stars of the show here to Oshkosh, the Avro Lancaster. So, what was it like bringing the aircraft across?
Well, we're very pleased to be back here at Oshkosh. I think this is our fourth visit. We're actually on a 3-week tour of Canada and the US right now. 10 years when we took it over to the UK. So this is rare for us to go on the road. We usually stick to our home base.
Well, that is fantastic. I remember fondly seeing the two Lancasters told back in 2014, and now having the aircraft again here at Oshkosh. Yesterday, we were treated to that fantastic formation of both the Lancaster with both of the world's airworthy B-29s, Dot and Fifi. Can you tell me a little bit about how you put that formation together yesterday?
Well, we've been lucky enough to have our Lancaster fly with many unique aircraft over the years. Probably the most interesting one is flying over to England to fly with the other flying Lancaster. Last night came pretty close, or even topped with a little bit. Seeing two B-29s together is fantastic. Very famous bomber of World War II, along with the Lancaster, which is another one.
And what a special moment it was. So obviously this tour is all about 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Air Force, and that means it's been a very busy year for you.
The reason we are on the road for the first time in quite some time is to commemorate the RCF's 100. The Lancaster is a significant aircraft in the Royal Canadian Air Force, so we're getting it in front of as many people as possible to tell the story.
And where are you based out of?
Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum is based out of Hamilton, Ontario in Canada. We have a large museum there with approximately 50 aircraft. We've been in business for 53 years now, so we're keeping going.
Fantastic. So would you be able to just sort of walk us around the aircraft a little and tell us a bit more about the history of this example?
Sure. So this particular Lancaster was built in 1945, right at the end of the war. So it actually never saw service. Immediately went into storage, and the Royal Canadian Air Force reconfigured it to a search and rescue role. And it served on the east coast of Canada for many years until it was retired in 1963. And it was obtained by the Legion in Godridge, Ontario, who put it on a pedestal. Unlike a lot of aircraft that basically destroy the structure when they put it on a pedestal, they smartly put this on the jacking points. So it did not destroy the integral structure of the aircraft. Sat out there for many years, and the aircraft started to deteriorate. We came along in 1977, were able to acquire the aircraft. Took us 11 years to restore it, and we've been flying it ever since. This is our 37th year of flying this aircraft, if you could believe it.
Fantastic. And this is a Canadian built, so it's a Mark X example.
Yes. Canadian built in Malton, which is now known as Toronto, Ontario, and it was actually built mostly by women. During the war, the women would go to the factories to build these. So we've had numerous women over the years who will come up and they'll put their hand, say, on the bomb bay door, and they'll just be rubbing it and they go, "I built these."
And you mentioned that you were part of the previous tour back in 2014 when we had the two Lancasters together, this aircraft and the example of the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, their B-1. So how long have you been working with the Heritage Museum?
Well, it's been a long time for me. I was an enthusiast as a kid, and I joined as a member. One of the first things I did as a volunteer member was I scooped the bird poop out of the back of this aircraft when it was under restoration back in the 80s.
Isn't it incredible to see it here now?
Yeah.
Attracting fantastic crowds. It's definitely the show star here in Boeing Plaza. And this is, of course, the only Lancaster in the world that people can fly in. I'm very fortunate to have actually come over, met you guys, and flown in this aircraft before. But so do say, how can people get on board this machine?
Yes, every November we release the number of seats that we can do. Usually we fly about 50 hours a year. There's 4 seats on board, so there's only 200 passenger seats available in a year, in a season. Now, they are very popular. People come from around the world. I will tell you, it's a little difficult to sometimes buy a ride in this aircraft. Last year, when we put them on sale in November, they sold out in 8 minutes.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much. It's outstanding to see the aircraft here, and it's looking beautiful.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.